But yeah, let's do this. I hope you're all good this evening. Kitties are currently eating because they get early food on a Monday. So Cecilia is having a bit of a run around the house. Worth pointing out, by the way, that Montoya actually totaled his car in practice for this race, which was nice of him. So we actually had to emergency manufacture him a front wing, which is just eaten into a little bit of the cost cap we have left to do a bit more research for them. It's going to rain a lot in a minute. Go. Go. Oh no, he's stuck behind a Ferrari. So where's Soph's record sitting at? Well, I will talk you through her season after this race. It has been a good season. Those of you who have been watching on Discord, the Discord streams, will know just how good a season it's been. This is indeed the last race. We are in Suzuka, Japan, for the last race of 2031. And it looks to me like we're going to have a McLaren front row for it. Because, yeah, ain't no one qualifying that faster with the rain on. Why is the last race Japan and not Abu Dhabi? Because to keep things interesting, we changed the race orders between seasons. And we will do it again at the beginning of this season. We change up which races are sprints and which ones aren't, and the race orders. And chat decided at the beginning of this season that they wanted to finish in Japan. So this is where we're finishing.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Right, race day. Did you manually change them in the game, or is it an in-game vote? So you can use the database manager to edit track order. I think we can change which ones are ATA qualifying. I just really dislike ATA qualifying, so I don't normally bother with it. It's a toggle field in the race order, in the race ordering. There's a tick box for it. But yeah, it's worth remembering that between seasons we'll be using Ropetrick's algorithm to change engine performance, to give engine performance some randomness, and we will be changing track order again. He will be doing both of those in the database editor while we're talking about Soph's season. What's ATA qualifying? It's essentially, short version is you have to use different tyre compounds in qualifying. We could put it on for a race or two next season so people can see what it is. Right. What's the weather like? So the race itself is going to be dry, in which case, yeah, we are going hardcore. Soft. Medium. Soft. Over that. I think we'll do the same for him. And this gives him slightly different pits from her, which is good. We will run them slightly light. And push. Push. Go full aggressive with her to try and keep her ahead. Yeah, alternate tyre allocation is what it stands for. We'll turn it on for a couple of races next year because it is interesting. It means you're kind of making decisions about where you use the tyre compounds. So do you try and qualify, get through the first round on hards, and then use your mediums and then your softs? Or if you're a team that knows you're not likely to get through to the later stages anyway, you might gamble on going with your softs first to get you through to Q2, even though that means you've got little chance of getting through much higher than that. Actually, we will turn it on next year. We will turn it on next year. It's a way to break ATA in game. I presume it's just load saves or something ridiculous. Right. Low fuel. 51.51. Car setups are good. Car parts are locked. Let's do this.
We're all good to go here in Japan with 53 laps around the Suzuka circuit. As we get closer to the race, will the McLaren be fancying their chances at this one?
Just to add that for those who want to use Ropetric's algorithm for giving engine randomness, it is on the Discord. So do join the Discord. If you use Inters Wets, it'll unlock changing to any tyre. Oh, there you go. Right, last race of the 2031 season. Here we go, McLaren front row. Go on, Soph. Solid start. Good start from the Ferrari. It's Russell, though, so we'll crash in a lap. Big crash already. Who's out? It's going to be... Oh, it's Yuki! Oh, Yuki with the confetti. So is Soph champ? That's the question. Right, she's building up a good lead on Russell. Need to drop him, basically. Monty's hassling him. Yuki seems to be carrying the yellow flag on board. Yeah, well, you know what Yuki's like. That's good. Monty hassling Russell means that he can't attack Flo. So that's gapped him. Unsurprisingly, Sonoda gets a penalty for that. Chill, Monty. You'll get him. You'll get him. Don't worry. Let's drop you off now. Because you've helped Flo enough. And what we'll do is, once you hit DRS, we'll push again. Which track is this? We are at Suzuka for the last game of the season. Was that Flames? So anyone who watched on Discord for, I forget which race it was, where we were in practice and we were running on the old engines and we took Montoya's engine right down to 0%. And he was literally on fire as he exited the pit. Battle assist is on. Like, you could just imagine him sitting in their car and everyone's like, right, off you can go, Montoya. Off you can go, Seth. And he's like, my car is literally on fire. Right, she's got a 2-second lead after lap 2, so I think we can probably drop her down to standard for a bit.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't fall off a cliff on that tyre.
So let's go big view and see if Monty can take Russell.
So we have low and back.
Right, we're on lap 3, so go aggressive. You can go back to neutral.
Let's push.
So yeah, I suspect your team choices are going to be Alpine as Lotus, or Ferrari or Aston Martin if we're changing teams, because they're the ones at the bottom. Well, Alpine not at the bottom, but that Lotus skin is really nice. Go on, Monty.
Right then, we can take a look now. Look at the McLaren driver here. The opportunity begging to be taken.
Goodbye.
And the McLaren there with a beautiful...
Minus 3.7 of fuel, isn't that lighter than normal? It's exactly 2 laps light. We'll make it back later in the race. Come on, gap him and then I can drop you. Okay, that's good. We can drop you back to standard tyres now.
So focus on just bringing your tyre temperatures back under control.
Key thing at the moment is just building up the gap ahead of pits. We can actually push her. Let's go aggressive. Will probably leave us out for slightly longer than planned. Essentially, there's no point pitting her while she's still making time on people. Monty, you can push as well. Quite like an old Arrows skin. We need a Brawn livery. There is a Brawn livery.
So pick
It's
up the
quite
pace.
nice.
Pick up the pace.
Brawn documentary on Disney Plus is quite enjoyable. I'm planning on watching it tonight. Brawn replaces Alpha Tauri. Might be an option. Right, I think it's probably time to bring her in. So... Actually, stay on aggressive. Pit for mediums, please. And Monty gets an extra lap.
Just need to make sure we keep these tyres in good nick.
Oh, Monty's not pitting for a while yet. Anyway, we're keeping him out longer. Let's drop him down to standards then. Come on, Flo.
Just manage the tyres.
I think she should come out ahead of Russell. Just.
Just be careful of traffic. It's excellent.
No. Out in front of Max. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Don't be taken out by... Yeah. Gonna say. Right. That's alright. She'll make that back up. Easy enough. There's
We should be able
Doohan.
to take a look here. Now here's our drivers all trying to take turn 16. They decide to.
There needs to be a Menardian mod or one for the Lotus F1. If they make F1 24, like, they really just need to have a custom teams mode. Because you just know I will be playing that as Leighton House. Just telling you now, we'll be doing Leighton House. And Toira's enjoying some fresh air. Yeah, no, he'll lose it now because he's coming in, but he'll get it back.
Yeah, let's box this lap. Box this lap.
Flo is stuck behind Max. See him off, Flo. It's only Max. Well done.
Let's have a look at that. The gap opens up for them.
She's just, see you, Max.
And that's second place now.
Zoom indeed. She is continuing to zoom on Russell. That's a zoom on
Now
Russell.
we can see what happened. It's there for the taking. And we've got a new race leader.
MasterCard Lola team. Oh, that was a weird one. Like, they literally, that was when Lola were quite literally funded by MasterCard credit. Like, they weren't even putting in money. They just gave them credit.
Up that takes them to 7th place.
Onto past Ocon.
Now this was at turn 1.
Did anyone notice after the Abu Dhabi last Sunday, the official Drivers' Championship graph showed Paul de Vries with an Estonian flag driving for Trident? It's a 21st driver. Yes, that's someone picking a wrong record in a database. I am well up for that. All in favour of that kind of shenanigans. Right, she's got 5 seconds on him, so let's drop down to standard. We might try and start taking some of that fuel back. Has Russell... See, because Russell's still got to pit. He's got 2 sets of softs coming. Verstappen's doing a 1-stop, I think. So you start making fuel back, but we do need Monty to carry on climbing. So do some pushes for me. Hello, Kitty. Push, Monty, push.
So let's take a look at the replay. Right, let's pick this up as we go into turn 14. Can they squeeze by?
I'd say yes, we can squeeze by. I mean, Flo just continuing to put gaps on whilst also running on lean is pretty impressive.
Let's see what happened there. So here we go, heading into turn 1. The opportunity's there. Up into third and contending for a podium.
Right, we are going to have to start running him on lean now. A lot of time to make up, but you can go aggressive. Once he drops down to... Actually, we might... Let's stop running at that and let's push.
And think about less lifting coast.
Let's take a closer look.
That's Montoya passing Verstappen.
The opportunity begging to be taken.
Again, you just know how fucked off Max would be about that. Fucking Montoya rookie just cruising past him. You seen the peak performance event? Don't think so.
That's a purple lap.
He's just set a fastest lap while running a lean. We might as well run her lean. She's got 30 or 34 seconds on Russell.
A little bit of lift and coast.
Side by side through 130R is not normally a good playing plan. It is with these cars. I think we'll run her for one more lap. Because it just gives us more on the softs. Right, now you can pit. That means Monty goes in next. So he's on optimal. How far behind? 2.8 Ks. We'll run him one more lap. Now you can pit. 0.3 with 15 laps to go. He'll make that back so you can go to neutral. Drivers can randomly hit they're at their peak event, which starts decreasing their stats. Oh, interesting. Do you get like an alert to it or something? Maybe we did have it and I just didn't see it.
And box this lap.
Flow out just, you know, comfortably in front of Russell. Monty's in. Ooh, and came out just behind Russell, so he'll get that back. Pretty sharpish. Has Russell got to pit, or did he one-stop? So Russell one-stopped onto hards, so he hasn't got to pit. Verstappen's on medium, so he's not pitting again. I do think the two-stop was the right strategy. The Design Center Supercharge event is quite cool. But it's quite dangerous. It's really, really, really easy with it to fuck your cost cap. Very easy to fuck your cost cap with it. See, we're back onto the tobacco livery. Yeah, we'll drop them back onto standard liveries for next race.
Take a look now. Now this was the Alfa Romeo.
Oh!
They need to be watching those track limits, and they'll find themselves at a disadvantage if they keep on doing.
So yeah, I find a lot of it comes down to the time when you get it. It can be a really nice way to just kind of rapidly get through your parts development. which is very handy.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't fall off a cliff on that tyre.
But at the same time, you just need to be careful.
Look after those tyres.
Unless that was a Subaru car someone messed up. Yep. Shoo me.
Now this was the 7th corner. And that won't help their chances. Perhaps a little lapse in concentration, maybe.
Just maybe. Yeah, where's she up to? She's up to 15. Push. Aggressive. How far can you lap, Soph? Just need to remember to not leave that on. Should take 13th. Oh, she lapped Gasly. She just lapped a Red Bull. Wouldn't want to spin around as a fuel on the finish line for the first time ever. I mean, yeah, we've never done it. Don't think she'll catch Lawson. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Sophia Flörsch, your 2031 World Drivers' Champion and first female F1 Drivers' Champion. Driving for McLaren, with Montoya coming in second, in a season where a McLaren has won every single race this season. 370 hours of gameplay to get to this point, and we've done it. We have done it, chap. And now we're going to give her a massive payday. And now we need to think about what we do next season, as we are going to turn one of these other teams into an all-female F1 team in every position. And then we're going to win a championship with that. Only took you essentially 10 weeks of full-time employment to do so. Yep. You can do this in vanilla game, as we've just found. You just need to have 10 weeks, give or take, of holiday spare.
The McLaren driver put in a great performance today.
What a brilliant race that was.
And there she is.
They just did everything
She's
right.
not allowed to remove her helmet because of F1 rules.
It's hugs all round for the team.
Women are not allowed to remove their helmets on the grid.
Pat on the back as well for everything that they've achieved.
Not actually an F1 rule.
Now, Karun, with that result in mind, what would they be feeling like down at McLaren?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the
We may have a custom voice clip incoming. Depends.
And that's all for today as we wrap up the weekend here in Japan.
Don't have one today, but we may have one incoming.
Qatar as the drivers battle it out at the Losail International Circuit. We'll see you there.
And someone outside my house is letting off fireworks. That feels it's appropriate. I could believe it was a real rule. Well, I mean, with all of the Saudi races and everything else, you could absolutely believe that in 2031 they were doing it. There we go. First, let's have a look at the standings. But first, things we need to do. I will show you all of this in a minute. I need to save this and get it over to Rope Trick for the engine adjustments. Because as we learned last time, you can do that before you start the new season. So let me just quickly upload that to the Discord. Dee, where are you? It's worryingly quiet in this house at the moment. Right. Saves. Take that. Stick it in. Discord. So F1 channel. And you want that save there. Right, that is uploading to the channel now. There you go. That is in Discord. So let's have a quick look while we're changing engine bits. So requires response. I mean, don't really care. So the final standings this season in the championship. We have won the Constructors' Championship with 919 points. Almost double the amount of points Red Bull have. Our drivers finished first and third, only separated by Max Verstappen. Sophia walked it in the end. If we look at her stats, you can see that she won 21 races this season. She had 1 DNF and 1 where we didn't position. Yikes on the constructors' points and the drivers' points. Yeah, I know, crazy, isn't it? Monty picked up the 2 wins on the races where Sophia didn't. He did have 2 DNFs, and that ultimately is what cost him second in the championship. Pit stop, literally no one. Yeah, well done, Red Bull. You got the participation medal. Well done, lads. If you'd let Montoya win the last race, he would have got second as well. Yeah, we're not giving anything away in this. He's tiered to second driver. He knows his place. So how did that break down in the end? So some of these we watched on stream. You can see that kind of basically Soph was pretty dominant all the way through. Let's find... We continue our unbeaten streak in Monaco. We have never lost a race as McLaren at Monaco. And where was it that she... So, Brazil was where we lost her. I think we had that on stream last week, didn't we? McLaren, our car is so fast, we don't care how long it takes to change. They stop for a coffee. Someone runs out and gets a milkshake. So, Sao Paulo, Brazil, is the one where Soph DNF'd. So you can see she's basically DNF on that one. Someone took her out. I can't remember who. And the other race was Vegas. Someone smashed into her in Vegas, which damaged her chassis. And there's just no coming back from chassis damage. But she was still in the race, so we drove her out. But she was just driving on a wounded chassis. Brazil was where Soph forgot the car was supposed to turn in that one corner. Yeah, she did it in practice as well, didn't she? So, that is the season end.